where it was
But-
both sides.
Yeah.
I feel like Jimmy's saying too, like I feel like Shannon Sharpe can go and just do whatever he wants right now. Like we didn't know what was going to happen when Skip and Stephen A broke up.
That's true.
Like
Yeah, but
I was kind of like
Stephen A.
I was
and
torn.
Skip
Like
was
who am I
already
gonna
a
go
polar.
watch? Who am I gonna go watch, Kev? I was like, I don't
But-
know. Am I watching this guy or am I give Skip picked the right dude because I like that show better. But I don't know. Who's to say Shannon Sharpe don't go make a show with Stephen A. right now? I'm gonna go watch that instead. Who's Skip gonna pick? Who's Skip gonna pick?
All right, and we're back with another episode of Crown the Kingz. And we're gonna get straight into it. You know, we got my boy Jay Cram from Florida, Orlando. We got my boy Jay Tunes coming out of Danbury, CT, Connecticut. And we got my boy Vils coming out of Verplank, New York.
Yep.
And you got your boy, new Florida boy, just came out here. I'm in St. Petersburg. I'm living the dream. All right, fellas.
I'm trained to living.
That
All
Mike
right, let's get
Lowry
into
flow.
Let's get into it, fellas. Skip and Shannon. I don't know if I'll call it a beef, but for those who don't know, Skip has said a tweet after the game, after the Bills player, his name was Hamlin, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, shout out
yeah,
to
made
Damar
it-
Hamlin. Like,
Word.
Damar
you know,
Hamlin,
let's
yep.
just-
Yep.
And then he had made a tackle on T. Higgins. He got up, and after making the tackle, he collapsed. And they had to give him CPR. They said his heart stopped, and they had to take him to the hospital. And Skip Bayless came out with a tweet that was controversial, and I'm paraphrasing when I'm saying this. Basically, he was saying, like, how are they going to stop this game? Someone tapping on your back, John.
It's like he wants to. He has his
That's
take on
definitely-
this.
Yeah, that's definitely Crown the King's mascot
Yeah.
right there.
Yo,
So basically, he tweeted that he doesn't know how they're going to stop the game because this game is really important. You know, at the end of his tweet, he put like, you know, that's irrelevant, you know, but people didn't really see that part and they hopped on him saying that tweet. So I'm going to open up the conversation by there and whoever wants to jump in, let's get it.
Well, I think, you know, we were all in shock of what happened. For me, it was brought to my attention by Kyle, actually. He put it in our group chat. So then I was like, you know, like sometimes
I think that was
Skip says
Jimmy.
something-
I think that was Jimmy. Actually.
yeah, fake
I don't wanna
news,
cut you
man.
off.
Fake news.
Oh,
Yeah.
fake news? It
Yeah,
was
that
Jimmy.
was- Yes, Jay Cram broke the news.
Okay,
Yes.
so my fault. I mean, I
Thank
was
you.
still in
That's
shock
very
by the
important, guys.
player. I didn't even realize who had posted it. So Jimmy posted it, and you know, I thought, was it Jimmy that said he's not reading the room, or was that Kyle? I thought that was Kyle, but maybe I'm wrong. One of
I
you
don't
said.
remember that.
One of you said, like, you know, that Skip is not getting the point. It's like he's not reading the
Oh.
room right now. Like,
Oh, that
This
wasn't
is
me.
not-
Nah.
this is
Nah,
not important.
that was me. That was me. Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so I'm agreeing with Kyle. I think like
Yeah.
he kind of like just it wasn't about the NFL games at that point. Like who cares? Like who cares? That will be figured out later on. Like you know, like for him to say it like that, he just like kind of missed the whole point of this. And I kind of was giving him a pass for the tweet because sometimes you know you don't know what their interpretation was because of a tweet. So I let him rock. But today he doubled down on that tweet. And that's where I don't agree with him because when my man Shannon said, you know, you should take it down. And then Skip is like, oh no, I'm not doing that. Like it's just
Yeah, during his
weren't
opening
really
monologue.
sorry.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't really sorry to begin with. And then on top of that, like you're kind of doubling down on your tweet now, and I think that's just a bad look. And I don't think anything's gonna happen with him because I mean Fox is loving this right now. Fox is eating this up. This is a Fox special. You know what I mean? Like You know, if this was ESPN, Skip would be gone right now, but this is not. So I think Shannon, I don't know if he's gonna stay that much longer because it was starting to get a little testy the last couple of weeks. You know, when they were talking about Tom Brady or something, and Skip disrespected Shannon by saying, you know, like you weren't that good and all that. And like he's a Hall of Famer. Like I like Skip, but like he losing me right now. He losing me right now. What do you guys think?
No, you're right. Like I've said on Instagram, like in the text, you got to read the room. You're a professional. Like you see what everybody's saying, and that's what your mind is at. So like I said, like the same thing with you, John. Like when he looked at Shannon and said, "I'm not taking it down," like with that aggression, I'm like, "Oh, you think you have some type of power?" Like I felt like he was like flexing a little bit. And I'm like, so you don't care what people say? I mean, that's good, but
Yeah, I think
whole,
like he does care what people say, but it's more of the executives. Because if you hear him, he actually mentions that his bosses had no problem with what he said.
Yeah,
no, it's not true. That's not true.
But that's what he just said. He said today. Yeah, but I'm just saying what he said.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
I don't mean to cut you off, but the episode I listen to Undisputed every day. So yesterday he was by himself and he said that the bosses basically made him apologize. That's why I don't know why he said that in the monologue, the opening monologue today. You know, and give your opinion, James, before I get mine.
But apologize but there's there's really basically no consequences. It's basically a slap on a wrist. And obviously, something was said, and I think even Shannon alluded to it today. But obviously, the way that Skip was defined, that he didn't really think that it was such a big deal. It was a slap on the wrist right there. And I also think, too, that just the timing of it, like we were all dealing with what was happening, and then just to kind of do it right then, like during the height of it, like the like beginning to kind of just mention it, I think that was kind of disrespectful. But also, though, I was looking up that this isn't the first time in which he did something like this, too, as well. Actually, in 9/11, he wrote an article, I think when he was in San Jose, some newspaper in San Jose, about how it was disrespectful for the NFL players to be skipping the games. They said that it was unpatriotic for them to not play after 9/11. And he wrote like a whole article. He does have history with this, though, too, as well. So I think that's something in which you have to kind of point out, where it's really with him, is it really about the people who are playing, or is it just more about just the entertainment? And sometimes with his attitude, it kind of seems as if it's not really, can get personal, as you see, but it's like he doesn't seem like they really have like a heart or something like that. Like they're not really men. Like, and I know like we all sometimes kind of grow accustomed to it, where it's like the fantasy and all that, and it's just like, damn, my points. But even though John didn't want me to be back on the fantasy, we all know he didn't want.
To clarify, I won those leagues, by the way, with no controversy with these last games. So thank goodness for that. But anyway,
we all know you cheated somehow.
Yeah, there was somewhere. We all know it, man. But you're lucky that Creme de la Creme wasn't in there, because we would have taken it already. It just shows like it just shows like a disregard of the care of the players. It's more about entertainment and the money over the well-being of the players.
And I think Shannon not showing up yesterday was because he didn't want to. He was so pissed off with that tweet. He didn't want that to be the story, which it was kind of. The sad part is it was kind of the story. The injury was the first thing that was trending, and then it was Skip Bayless. So it was like it was the top two things. And I think I looked at his tweet. It's been like, on Twitter, it shows like how much traffic each tweet, you get or whatever. Like on his, he gets like an average of like 1 million or 2 million views or whatever. That tweet got 164 million like views or activity to it.
Expressions or something like that.
Yeah, like 164 million, bro. Like that's a hot. You made the block really hot. Take that joint down.
Yeah.
Speaking of making the block hot, I hope y'all getting y'all seatbelts on, okay? Because me personally, I don't think what he said was all that bad. Me personally, because where was he telling a lie? Was he telling the truth? He doesn't understand like how they're gonna be able to make up this game, because not saying that they shouldn't have stopped. I think they should have stopped. But I agree that it's going to be rough to make up the game or whatever, even though I know they can or whatever. But it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant right now. So like, I don't think what he said was like too.
It was just it was the wrong time and wrong wording.
Yeah.
I think it was if you ask me, I think it was a perfect wording. How many you said? 164 million retweets. Controversy sells. This is what this guy does. He does it all the time. Nothing's going to happen there.
And he's mad smart to add that last line in. Because I know he thought about it. He added that last line in, but he didn't mean that last line. That's how I feel about that. He didn't mean that last line.
How do you know? How do you know? Everyone's automatically assuming that's what you know. He did explain the tweet, you know.
But I mean, when you're a journalist, every word matters. So like when you're writing the tweet, you know that every word kind of matters. And he's been in the game for long enough. It's not like a rookie journalist. It's not like a football person turned journalist. This dude is a professional.
But everyone's making it seem like he was like, yo, forget this guy, get him out of the way, and let's keep playing this game. He didn't say that.
Yeah, he didn't say it, but as I just said in the beginning, like he has a track record right there from going back to 2001 of acting like this and thinking about this. Something I'll share with you and all that, but it's kind of crazy, and it was pretty insensitive. I mean, we were pretty young back then, but just like looking at it now, I guess the 2023 culture, and just looking at it, it's just kind of shocking. It's kind of crazy. Honestly, I don't think that he should be canceled and all that. But I also think, though, that if the viewers are upset and people are upset about his tweet, then they need to show it by taking action. And taking action just means don't watch his show, like don't support and all that. And honestly, I
was just gonna say, I just think like if he meant what he said, and because he doubled down today on it, Kev, like
but he didn't.
It's Shannon Sharpe, and he's feeling that type of way. I don't like. All right, if Kev Crim or Jimmy feel some type of way, and I feel a different type of way, but I'm gonna be kind of respectful now. Like, you know what? I was wrong. I might view this a little differently, but let me take this down because it's offending Kev. It's offending Jimmy.
I would if I was offending you or any of my friends, I would definitely take it down. But y'all gotta know who this person is. It's Skip. I'm not gonna do that.
But also, I think he's starting to lose. He's starting to lose that power over Shannon because Shannon is like he's very popular. Like, I think Shannon's been biting
popular,
his
but
he's not more.
He's not more popular than Skip as far as in like the debate.
But does he need to be? Does he need to be? Like,
no, but if he goes and leaves, he's not. If he goes and leaves, he's not going to generate that same amount of viewership that he gets for Undisputed.
Yeah, but how do you know? It may take time. It may not happen right away, but it may eventually. He may not even want to move that type of way though either.
I don't think he wants to bite his tongue anymore because I mean, like I think Skip is starting to flex. First of all, they've been together for a while now, so like there's got to be egos there in the sense that like Shannon Sharpe is coming of age in this game now. He has his own podcast, like Kyle was saying. You know, he doesn't need Skip as much anymore, and Skip is still playing him like little bro. Like you can't little bro him anymore.
Yeah, that's he's being disrespectful.
You gave him an opportunity.
That's a good point.
We all know Skip gave him an opportunity, and Shannon's been very grateful and humble for that opportunity. But it comes a point where you start disrespecting too much, and I'm like, yo, I know you gave me this opportunity, but you flexing a little bit too hard, and you disrespecting me with that Tom Brady. I'm a Hall of Famer, fam. Like,
he ain't no bum. He wasn't no bum.
Word.
Yo,
coming at me like,
let's let Vils
not coming at me like that.
We all been going in. Go ahead, Vils.
No, I listen to what you guys are saying. Like it, everything you guys said, I can see everybody's point. But I agree with John. What John just said, like, yeah, he got to stop trying to play Shannon like he's a little guy on the totem pole, man. You can't keep doing that because eventually people snap, and I think Shannon has got to the point where like there've been some moments on that show where like we thought he was like really gonna snap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nah,
And it was
I
like
agree.
recently
I
too as well.
I don't like the disrespectfulness. Like
and it's great for television. We get entertained.
Yeah. But still, no, you can't do that.
Skip know how to get to them though.
Mm-hmm.
I felt the same thing that Stephen A was even doing that with Max Kellerman. Even though I couldn't stand Max Kellerman, but Stephen A was being disrespectful to him sometimes. And sometimes when that respect is gone, you gotta just go. But I don't think they're at that point where they need to.
But Max Kellerman never turned into a Shannon Sharpe, where it was both sides. Yeah. I feel like Jimmy's saying too, like I feel like Shannon Sharpe can go and just do whatever he wants right now. Like we didn't know what was going to happen when Skip and Stephen A broke up.
That's true.
But I was kind of like
Stephen A
I was
and
torn.
Skip
Like,
was who am I gonna go watch? Who am I gonna go watch, Kev? I was like, I don't know. Am I watching this guy or am I give Skip picked the right dude because I like that show better, but. Yeah. But I don't know. Who's to say Shannon Sharpe don't go make a show with Stephen A right now? I'm gonna go watch that instead. Who's Skip gonna pick? Who's Skip gonna pick?
You're right, but let's look at the track history. All right, everyone who was I'm just gonna go with ESPN. Everyone who was on ESPN and like left like the first take thing and decided to do their own thing, they haven't really been successful.
Yeah. I mean,
what happened to that girl? She was like, "Nah, I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna do my own thing." I don't know what happened to her.
I know what happened to her.
Wait, so what happened?
Carrie Champion?
Yeah.
Yeah, her Stephen A was doing something like having an affair or something with her. She left the show. Yeah, man. Y'all ain't hear about that?
Nah, what?
I didn't hear that.
Y'all hear about that?
I just heard that she didn't like it because she wasn't able to give her opinion and stuff like that.
No, there's a dark story about that.
Yeah. Oh, we got to do research for that one.
Yeah, we got to uncover that. That's gonna be for another episode.
But
right
like,
there.
what about Jamel Hill? She be doing some stuff, whatever, but she isn't as big as she was when she was on ESPN. And then
why are you bringing up all the females though? Why?
I want to, what is it about being big though?
Jalen Rose is still doing his thing. I just saw him
Jalen
on
Rose
Countdown.
Jalen Rose is already big before he even went on ESPN. Before he went on First Take, he wasn't really like on First Take like that. But like not like as a main host.
Skip tried that belittling with Jalen Rose, and Jalen Rose is like, I pulled up your high school stats, Skip. You want to play with me? I'll tell you what you average. You averaged 2.9 in high school. Don't talk about my b-ball game.
Jalen Rose is already established in the culture. That don't really count. I'm talking about like if you started at ESPN and or like what was that other guy? Numbers Never Lied. Michael Smith or something like that.
Bottom line, Skip always had a big ego, right? And now that ego come with a big paycheck. Fox paying him like an athlete now. Fox pays him a lot of money, and and you know what? He did his thing. He got the bag, but like with that bag comes a sense of power, and he's thinking he can get away.
But he always been like the highest paid person on the block. When he was on ESPN, he was the highest paid person too, I think. If he wasn't the highest, he was one of the highest. So, like, I don't think that's it. That's just how Skip is. Like, he loves the controversy.
No, that bag was like $3 million at ESPN. This joint's like almost 20 now.
I think it's 30.
Or 30 or whatever.
I think it's $30 million.
But I'm sure at ESPN he was one of the high.
I'm sure he was, but again, it's even more so now. He's just gonna be careful because he works for the right network that he's gonna get away with all that stuff. But
but what did
I watched Matt Barnes talk today too, and he said
that man gotta be. He's gonna get touched. If he hasn't got touched already, why? But I don't believe that. He hasn't got touched yet. Well, he's not doing anything different. He's doing the same thing
for years. In California now. Anybody can get touched out there. Stop playing games.
when did we go and see him? When we was in New York?
It was during the Super Bowl time.
Yeah, during the Seahawks in Denver. Doing the same stuff. You're doing the same stuff, doing the same thing.
I mean,
Not
obviously, like he won't get touched because like people are not that stupid to put your hands on Skip Bayless. Because
but like I don't think he's gonna get canceled for that. I think he's gonna get canceled for like something racist, which I don't think he is racist. Some like offending women like sexually or something like that. Like he's not breaking the law, so like I don't think he's gonna get canceled.
Yeah. What I would say though is that I think what is going on is that a whole bunch of athletes who already don't like him also have seen like, oh, there's blood in the water with him too as well. So like, let's go ahead this is our time. Like, let's all try to come together and cancel. I don't think that he should be canceled. I think at least just what John said, like, it's just apologize. But it was just crazy over his opening monologue. Like he just shut it down. Like I won't. Like I think that's like the real disrespect, because he can at least just say like, at least let him hear him out, and then then respond from it.
Yeah, but he only offended the players. He didn't offend. Let's say if Hamlin and his family came out and be like, "Yo, I was offended with what Skip said," I think then that would be more necessary for an apology. But like, he offends players all the time.
Yeah, but he offended Shannon, and that's his running mate now.
Yeah, because it's basically like, as a friend, it seemed like what he was saying, like, as a friend, take this down, and he was like, no, like I won't, like, do me a solid. Like I'm pretty sure, man, like what Matt Barnes said is that he had to stop 2 fights, so he had to go ahead. Him and Shannon Sharpe had to be the bridge, right? So what is it to say in which, after this tweet, so many of those athletes kept coming to him like, yo, are you going to say something? Like, yo, what's good with your boy? And now he's probably thinking, like, before it was an asset to be with Skip, and now it's kind of looking more like a liability, at least, with him and his brotherhood of his community.
Yeah. Well, do you notice that they both have podcasts, right? Have you seen them?
The Skip?
The Skip's podcast is whack.
Yeah, I saw like the first episode.
Podcast, right? And Shannon has a podcast. Do you notice that Shannon has celebrities, has rappers, has athletes?
I don't like that.
As podcasts on their podcast, and Skip got nobody on his podcast?
It's like that.
But I'm just saying.
I'm saying, but like, but you don't
come at Skip because they have mad respect for Shannon. The moment Shannon bounces on my man, he is no longer a protected man.
True. So what happened? So what about on First Take?
Stephen A. protected him.
Shannon wasn't there.
There you go.
Stephen A.
Ain't protecting no one. Stephen A. ain't protecting no one.
He's still protecting him right now, even with the comments and all that. He's still like, even though he said he doesn't agree.
Skip and Stephen A. had a little.
Listen, my man Skip tried to act like he made Stephen A. Stephen A. was already hot before he went on that show. So, I mean, he helped him.
He helped him. Yeah. He helped him.
Yeah, of course, he helped him, but he was still had his buzz though before.
Yeah, already.
But no, come on. But he had a show. Frankly, it didn't last.
But he was one of the few anchors to go ahead and try to transition, even though it didn't work. Like, it was an experiment to see, like, how many of those Sports Center or those ESPN anchors or sports anchors actually went up to have his own show. Like, even though it failed, at least it happened. Stephen A's his talk show.
Bro, I
mean, had a show like Corey Quingley.
ESPN is Stephen A. now. Stephen A.'s world.
Yeah, now.
In the morning, Stephen A. at night. You know what I'm saying?
But who led that transition for him?
But he admits it though. He admits it.
Stephen A. went and got it. That's all I like. Yeah. He put it into work now. I mean, I'm not a big First Take fan either. I like Undisputed better, and I think Skip is the creator of all that, and I think he's made
these debate.
Yeah, I think he's made all these shows hot. Everybody has one now. They're all like mimicking Skip's show anyway, and I think he knows that. But I think he's just got to be careful because, like, Also, Skip really was out of line when he was talking all that stuff with Dak. He was like, he was messed up for that.
Oh, with the
When
mental
that-
health?
Not to pay him?
Yeah, with the mental health stuff. Yeah, like when like
Oh, I didn't hear
Dak
that.
said
What?
like he was going through it with like when his brother. I don't remember what happened with his brother,
Right.
but
Dude, brother died, I think.
his brother passed
Yeah.
away. And he's like, yo, I wasn't right. And Skip is like, oh, he needed to just focus on football. Like, what's wrong with him? Like, you know, like don't come out and say you're vulnerable. You play for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
He said that.
Man,
That
see,
was effed up, bro.
more breadcrumbs,
Believe it.
more breadcrumbs.
Yeah, that's
That's
kinda
who
bad.
he
That links
is.
is.
But so that makes it okay, Kev?
It's not is he doing something illegal?
That was
No, I'm not.
First of all, he
agree
rooting
what
for
he
that
said.
man. He rooting for
I'm
that
not-
man. And then he
Yeah,
gonna just
I'm not
disgrace him like
agreeing.
that.
I am not agreeing with what he says. Like, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't want one of my friends or any of my loved ones to say that about me. But this is what this person does.
Man, when y'all watch this Crown the Kingz episode, Kev Krim will be trending on Twitter tonight. Do you guys remember
His
that
name
though?
more
Kyle, you
sound
remember
good.
that, right? When he was
No,
talking like that?
I remember. Yeah, I definitely remember that. Like Kev said, like this is who he is, but eventually everybody has their rope, and when the rope's over, it's over. So you gotta.
Yeah.
If you're
Alright,
not
guys, so what's
breaking the
up?
law, what happened to him?
No, I'm not
Alright, so
saying
what's
he's
it-
breaking the law.
He's gonna
Just
keep
saying,
going
like,
a little bit further
eventually-
every single time.
People not gonna want
Yeah.
to see it no more. Then it's over.
All right,
So,
I think
last 2
go
minutes.
ahead, everyone go.
I don't think Shannon's gonna stay on the show too much longer, and that's my opinion on it. That's why I thought this was a very bad look, because the show is great, and I think they're a great team together. But today was the beginning of the end.
Yeah, I agree with John. I think Shannon is probably at the end of his rope. We'll see how long he lasts. Yeah, we'll just see how long he lasts, because I'm pretty sure there's other networks out there that's interested in Shannon Sharpe.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think that he will leave unless Fox offers him like a lucrative offer in which he can't refuse. But I think this is kind of like there was stuff that was going on already that was kind of leading to that. But I think that this was like the nail in the coffin where he's probably like, all right, it may be time for me to dip.
I think Shannon Sharpe will be successful wherever he goes. I just don't think his viewers are going to be as high as Undisputed viewership is. And I think Skip Bayless' reputation definitely took a little hit, but I think he'll be fine. Next week, people won't even be talking about this.
Kev Krim
All right,
is saying,
guys.
Shannon, goodbye. I'm rocking with
Nah.
Skip.
Goodbye.
I rock with Shannon.
That's how we're out of time. We're out of time.
We got 10
All right,
seconds.
guys. See you later.
On the
See you
Kingz,
later.
let's go. We out of here.
Yeah. All right. Peace. Let's do it.